Ever since we could think, we've been driven by this fundamental need to understand our own story, to figure out the big stuff, like where do we even come from? Why are we here? And what happens when it's all over? So together, let's dive into this ultimate search for meaning. It all kicks off with probably the biggest question, right? Is there a creator, a grand architect behind, well, everything? Or are we just a cosmic accident, the result of pure random chance? And okay, let's say there is a creator. Were we just left here to fend for ourselves, to figure out this whole complicated mess of good and evil alone? Or did they leave us a map, a guide, a message just for us? And then there's the end. Is this it? Does everything that makes you, just blink out of existence? Or is death just another chapter and not the end of the book? I mean, these are the massive questions that have defined us for all of history. To find the answers, we've really gone down two main paths. They seem profoundly different, but as you'll see, they crisscross in some really fascinating ways. And these two great quests, well, they've shaped everything about us, our civilizations, our knowledge, and who we are today. So on one side, you have what we'll call the quest for the creator. This is the path of faith, right? It's about seeking answers in divine messages and spiritual wisdom. Then, on the other side, there's the quest for knowledge. This is the path of science, seeking answers through what we can observe, measure, test, and prove. So let's see how each one tackles these huge mysteries. We'll start by looking up, way up, at the cosmos. How do these two totally different approaches even begin to make sense of the staggering, mind-bending scale of the universe? From a perspective of faith, this immense scale isn't a sign of how insignificant we are. It's the opposite. It's seen as a testament to the incredible power of a creator. The very fact that our Earth, this tiny speck in a vast emptiness, is just teeming with life, well, that's seen as a miracle, a deliberate act. And just to try and grasp that scale, get this. If you could travel at the speed of light, it would still take you 94 billion years just to cross the part of the universe we can currently see. It's unimaginable. In this view, something so vast and complex just can't be an accident. Now, the quest for knowledge looks at that same cosmos and sees a giant puzzle we need to solve. Our understanding keeps evolving. For centuries, we were absolutely convinced Earth was the center of everything. Then Copernicus came along and put the sun in the middle. Then Newton gave us the laws of gravity that run the whole show. For science, the universe isn't a finished revelation. It's a set of rules we're slowly figuring out. Okay, so that's the universe. But what about us? Where do we humans fit in all of this? What, if anything, makes us special? Turns out, both quests have a powerful answer for that. In the quest for the creator, our unique role is often framed by a special responsibility. For example, in Islamic tradition, there's the concept of the trust. The story is incredible. God offered the gift and burden of free will to all of creation. The heavens, the mountains, they all refused, terrified of the responsibility. Only humans stepped up and accepted. And that choice, that moral freedom, is what sets us apart from everything else. The quest for knowledge tells a different story. Here, our uniqueness comes from our intellect, our ability to reason and build. Think about it. We invented the concept of zero, which completely revolutionized math. We developed algebra, built the printing press to spread ideas, engineered the steam engine to reshape the world. In this view, our tools of reason are what make us the dominant species on this planet. So we have two different takes on the cosmos and our place in it. But what's really crucial here is how they arrive at their truths. What are their methods? How do they decide what's real? The path of faith is rooted in revelation. The truth is believed to come down from a divine source, and this is key, it's preserved perfectly over time. It's meant to be a stable, unchanging anchor in a chaotic world. The goal isn't to discover truth, but to understand and live by the wisdom that's been received. The path of science, on the other hand, relies on constant questioning. People like the great scientist Ibn al-Haytham helped pioneer this method. It's a cycle. You observe something, you make an educated guess, a hypothesis about why it happens, and then you test that guess relentlessly. You try to break it. Your conclusions are based only on the results. Truth isn't received. It's built piece by piece, and it's always open to being changed by new evidence. Now, what's so fascinating is that these two quests haven't always been in conflict, not at all. In fact, during the Islamic Golden Age, they flourished together. You had brilliant minds like Al-Khwarizmi, the father of algebra, and Ibn Sina, whose medical books were the standard for centuries. These weren't just scientists, they were also people of deep faith. It's this brilliant moment in history that shows the quest for knowledge and the quest for a creator don't have to be separate. They can and have fueled each other. So, this brings us right up to today. After centuries of discovery, debate, and devotion, where does that leave us? Where is this whole dual journey heading? Well, the quest for knowledge is accelerating at a truly unbelievable pace. In just a few hundred years, we've gone from the steam engine to splitting the atom, from walking on the moon to now literally taking pictures of black holes. The pace is just staggering. But for all of that incredible progress, the original questions haven't gone away, have they? Science is amazing at telling us how the universe works, but it can't really tell us why. The questions of purpose, of good and evil, of what it all means, those are still just as powerful and central to our lives as ever. And that keeps the quest for the creator very much alive. And so that brings us to the biggest question for our future. As our scientific knowledge continues to explode, will these two great human quests just drift further and further apart? Or will we find a way for them to inform each other, leading us closer to a more complete, shared story of what it means to be human? That right there, that's the unfinished journey we're all on together.